Hey there, everyone. Mr. Deary here today, and I want to walk through my distance learning page for you to let you know what some of the resources are, how to find information quickly, and explain the pacing guides for both courses. Nothing has changed at the top, as you can see. My contact information and my availability hours of 9 to 11 and 12 to 2 are all there. But what has changed right below that is the quick links toolbar. You have four URLs there that'll take you to four different parts of this page. It doesn't take you off the page, it just jumps you straight to the bookmark. The first one is today's video. So the daily videos I've been doing for you, talking about life, talking about what I'm doing. Again, for today's, it's Tuesday the 14th. Posted a video about my daughter and I planting seeds, and I'll probably follow up with one on that pretty shortly here as well. Next link is for English 11. It'll take you to the English 11 page, or portion of this page, where you can see the pacing guide, resources, and kind of an overview there. Same thing for AP language. And then the final one for old work. At this point, if you're seeing this video, anything on the old work page, I will use as evidence to support your proof of learning. But it's not going to be something I'm going to require. The things that are in the updated pacing guides, those are going to be what fuels your grade moving forward. To clarify on that point, many of you have probably heard that your grade can't move down. That is true. However, you can still score an incomplete for the course, meaning that you'd still have to make up materials later. So your grade can't move down. It can certainly, and I want to give you as many opportunities to move it up. But if you're not doing the work, you will not receive a passing mark for the course. You will receive an incomplete and have to make that up at a later time. So right now there's a reduced workload. I've got this shelter in place in mind. So it would be incredibly foolish of you not to do that. So after that quick clarification, let's look at the other three sections here. For today's video, I'm going to scroll down here. If you were to click that, it'll take you right to here. You have the new daily video up here at the top, the other videos from this week right below that. And then after the week is over, I'm going to push them down to four categories: time management and motivation, favorite stories and poems, what Mr. Deary is doing, in this case, like today's with my daughter, that'd be in there, and then miscellaneous, just some other things to kind of keep in mind or that don't really fit under the other three categories here. So, and again, I'm trying to put the length of it next to each one. I think last night's was about 2 minutes, but I'm a little inconsistent on that. I apologize. So let's check out this quick links bar. I'm going to go ahead and click English 11, and I'm going to click the bookmark right there, and it's going to pop me down to the next page. For English 11, what you have here is a suggested pacing guide. Now, if you look right off the bat, you're going to see 5 boxes, and you're going to think Monday through Friday, right? Wrong. The only thing that is locked into specific days are my live streams, and then when I would like things turned in. So if you notice here, for last week, the week of 4/6 to 4/10, you have a reading day, another reading day, or live stream, depending on which hour you are. Same thing, a reading day or live stream, depending on what hour you have me. And then reading day with some activities, and then a flex day. I'm going to try to keep your English 11 workload at 4 days with a flex day built in. I know you have a lot of other things going on. There are a lot of other circumstances in life that probably are taking your attention right now. So I want to make sure that I'm managing this out. You'll also notice at the bottom of each day, if you choose to do the audio, how much listening time that you have. So the longest day you see is 28 minutes. It just was the only way to get that to a logical break versus the first day where it's at 12 or 19 or 10 or 26. So it's getting kind of depend day by day. Excuse me, but you're also going to see things there as well. Below this, you'll see that there are another 3 columns here specifically related to English 11. Again, everything in English 11 is going to have that kind of purple and black color right there. So these resources, this live stream information, and then any updates will be right below there as well. I will be adding more video resources up into the kind of 2-week schedule here, and that's the way this page is going to work. I'm going to give you roughly 2 weeks at a time. I'm going to keep the prior parts on there as well. So after this week is over, it'll show you the next 2 weeks and then the previous 2 below it, and then we'll go from there if we need to move forward in this process. But that way you can see what's necessary there. So when we do live stream links, I'll put this information right down here. It'll be a URL or a join code and the instructions on how to do that. And then we can go from there. And again, any course updates are all over here. So going back up to the very top here, let's try the AP language page and the bookmark. We'll do that. And here we go for AP language. Same setup. The first week for Bay 1, for part 1 for Bay Laurel, I left the Monday through Friday schedule in there. Again, it was just kind of the way I was set up, but giving feedback from some of my cross-country girls this past weekend, and then emails and conversations from some of you about your workloads and about other teachers' workloads. I decided to kind of go with that same option for Brit Lit. So as we're moving forward in the next 3 weeks, this takes us through the end of the mandatory shelter in place in Illinois. So if we go farther than that, we'll put that up there at that time. But you'll see here that I've done the same kind of process here. 4 days of the week, I have a task for you. The only day that's locked in as a required day is Thursday. If you're in 5th or 6th hour, I have live streams all Thursday, 9:30 and 12:30, 5th and 6th, excuse me. But the days before that, I'm giving you 3 things to do. One is to look at a practice essay, a released AP language essay that has some basic information. The next day is an assignment. So that's what I'm going to be working on today, actually. What questions, what concerns, what issues do you have regarding that essay? And then finally, a video that correlates with that essay, ideally, or at least what we're focusing on skill-wise, from the College Board. After you've had a chance to look at an essay and do a little analysis on it, do a short little video assignment on it, and then watch something more in depth on it, then we have our live stream day. Live stream day is meant for you to talk about that, to debrief about the essay, to ask questions. We can, I'm going to schedule 20 minutes for each live stream because that's what I've been told to do, but I will make myself available for the entirety of that morning block. So we'll start at 9:30 for 5th hour. But if you've got questions that take us outside that 20 minutes, after 20 minutes, if you don't need to be around, you can go. But if you want to ask questions and continue to talk about things, we can do that up until about 11 o'clock. And I have my own obligations as dad that I have to take care of at that point. Same thing for 6th hour at 12:30. It's a little bit trickier for me to do the full extra hour and a half for 6th hour because my daughter's nap time, but just know that I will make that work for you. This week on the 16th, there will not be a live stream. There'll be an update on that on this page shortly. I just found that out. I've been called in to help Mr. Friesma and Mr. Lewis with something. So I'm not going to be able to do a live stream this week. Same thing below. Resources from previous live stream information, and course updates. And then again, below all this is where old work is and anything like that is required. So this is the brief overview of my page. The last thing I want to make sure I draw your attention to is this right here. This will be populated shortly. But the weekly student check-in. I need to be able to tell who has been working, who's been on the documents, who's been able to kind of get some things done. I can do that from Canvas. I can do that from live streams. I can do that from a lot of different things. But if you're on the page and you're working on things, we haven't submitted it by Friday, the day where I'm going to be checking at attendance at work, I don't want to have you getting phone calls from the school or from our school administrators asking where you are. So whenever you're working on something, just go ahead and check in. You only need to do it once a week, and that form will be loaded by the end of the day today. So with that, if you have any further questions, concerns, or clarifications that you need, do not hesitate to reach out and ask. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day.